Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to uncover a massive, legally mandated public asset that's honestly just sitting right there, waiting for you. I mean, it already belongs to you, but chances are you've probably never accessed it or even known quite what to do with it if you did. We're talking about civic transparency, specifically the raw data that forms the absolute foundation of our local communities. So let's explore what's been hiding in plain sight. Did you know your state election office actually owes you data? No, really, it's true. Across the entire country, state election offices will deliver official voter registries directly to their citizens. And get this, sometimes they hand these files over completely free of charge, while others might just ask for a nominal administrative fee. But the core principle here, it remains exactly the same. The public voter roll is a public asset. By law, it belongs to the citizens it represents, you and me. 2.5 gigabytes. That is huge. If you go ahead and request your data, you might get an email with a subject line like Official State Voter Registry Export. And the file attached to it is going to be absolutely massive. To put that into perspective, a 2.5 gigabyte text file is roughly the equivalent of reading War and Peace thousands of times over. We aren't talking about a simple grocery list here. We are talking about hundreds of thousands, often millions, of rows of incredibly complex, multi-column civic records. And honestly, that massive size creates a pretty huge catch. Think about it. You've got traditional spreadsheets on one hand and these massive civic data sets on the other. Anyone who has ever worked with data knows this frustrating experience. You double-click that massive export file, crossing your fingers, hoping it opens up in your standard spreadsheet software. And instead, bam, you get an error saying the file's way too large. Or worse, your computer just hits you with the endless spinning beach ball of death and completely freezes up. Traditional tools simply weren't built for this kind of heavy lifting. The result is this huge gap. You have the legal right to this data, for sure, but turning millions of rows into actual actionable insight, it's practically impossible. Section 1. Marigold Insights, the purpose-built data engine. So how exactly do we bridge that gap? Well, think of Marigold Insights as an empowering slingshot, one that's designed specifically for large-scale civic analysis. It's built on three main pillars that make it the ultimate tool for everyday citizens: zero-lag exploration, repeatable playbooks, and total local privacy. Let's walk through each of these systematically because, honestly, you'll see why this is a total game-changer for transparency. Diving right into that first pillar, zero-lag exploration. Remember that incredibly frustrating frozen computer screen we just talked about? Well, Marigold completely eliminates that spreadsheet bottleneck. With a sleek, high-contrast interface, you can essentially drag and drop that massive dataset directly into your browser. And you instantly get a zero-latency loading bar, super smooth visualization, and fast filtering across precincts and registration histories, all without a single computer crash. It's kind of like magic. Moving on to the second pillar, repeatable playbooks. Look, analyzing millions of rows of data can be super daunting. Like, where do you even begin? Well, Marigold takes incredibly complex forensic audits and boils them down into simple, step-by-step processes. You can actually create and use shareable playbooks. So, step 1, you can easily identify duplicate registrations. Step 2, effortlessly track address updates. And step 3, reconcile precinct tallies. It literally transforms highly specialized data analysis into a clear, repeatable workflow that anyone can use. And that brings us to the third, and honestly, perhaps the most crucial pillar, sovereign data. This is Marigold's vital security and privacy mode. So what does that actually mean? Sovereign data means that all of your research and all of this really intense data processing happens entirely locally, right on your own machine. Your sensitive research never, ever touches a third-party cloud server. By keeping everything local, Marigold ensures that your inquiries remain completely private, incredibly secure, and entirely yours. Section 2. Nationwide adaptability and state-agnostic processing. Now, it is absolutely crucial to point out that this tool isn't just for one specific county or one specific state. The reality of raw state exports is, well, it's messy. You're dealing with wildly varying layouts, chaotic formatting, and just an overwhelming amount of raw data. Literally, every state does it differently. But Marigold Insights is purposefully built to adapt to any state-specific format nationwide. It takes all that chaotic formatting and turns it into seamless compatibility with clear, actionable structures. Basically, it transforms overwhelming raw data into verifiable ground truth, no matter where you live in the country. So the crucial takeaway here is this. Transparency shouldn't be some exclusive privilege reserved only for massive institutions, political parties, or organizations with huge IT budgets. The tools for accountability shouldn't be hidden behind a giant wall of technical complexity. This is all about empowering everyday citizens who genuinely care about the integrity of their local communities by giving you the exact same technical capabilities as the big players. Which brings us to our final and definitely most provocative question. Transparency belongs to you. It's your legal right, and now you actually have the tools to utilize it. So what will you uncover? The bottleneck has been completely removed. The data is sovereign and secure, and the truth is just waiting to be verified. I highly encourage you to take this empowerment to the next level. Visit marigoldinsights.org to learn more and start unlocking the power of your public data. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer.